Just keep your head down. You got it, boss. This MC is currently happening. I've been working for a couple years for some Fortune 500 company in the US. I was hired on to do a job with creating training using a specific and rather niche digital adoption software that for some inexplicable reason took my two predecessors 40 hours a week or more to do. I had never even heard of it before getting hired, but it seemed like easy enough software. After a couple months, I could basically get everything handled for the week within about 3 hours provided there weren't any emergencies. I started branching out into other technologies and responsibilities, because my boss was fine with whatever I wanted to focus on, provided I ensured my main priority of upkeep on the software was done first. I found lots of ways to help out my coworkers and even invented a software program that really helped them automate some very tedious tasks. Fast forward a couple years, and I've really done well with this random niche software. Been awarded highest honors at the time from the software company. Had case studies done about my work. Actually single-handedly saved my company $20 million in production loss alone. According to the case studies. I say all that only to highlight how dumbfounded I was when my boss, who I like as a person, but has never once given me a metric in my entire time here, said at my annual review that I did not exceed expectations, and that I merely met expectations. Therefore I was only entitled to a 2% raise that year. What? Can't you just give me a tiny portion of that $20 million I saved the company instead of just giving that all to senior leadership's bonuses again? Also, even if I don't have metrics, I would think that if I ever did, saving $20 million, getting an award, and having a case study of my work all in 1 year just might put me even slightly above those expectations. Here's the second thing that pissed me off. Remember all those extra duties I took on? Well, my boss wanted to make those official. I said, great, let's figure out a job title and salary that will incorporate those extra responsibilities. Initially, my boss was on board for that and asked me back in September to collect similar job postings for the role I was looking to move up to, Interaction UX designer. I gave my boss what they asked for, and then waited. I followed up on it every time we had a one-on-one meeting and my boss told me they were getting to it soon. For 4 months. I finally came right out and asked my boss what the issue was because they weren't giving me any real direction on how to get to next steps for this role. My boss then informed me, it's tough times for the company, despite me literally editing a video from the CEO bragging about how revenue had never been higher. Literally the week before. Boss hadn't even looked at the job qualifications I sent them. Boss never even checked to make sure we could make this position happen in the first place. Which in my mind should have been their very first thing to do before saying we could go for it. My newly created metric would include these extra duties, to which I promptly gave a great, big, vocal hell no to and made them back down and remove them. I asked my boss about next steps for this now unobtainable position if this is what the reality was. Then I was hit with this line. Just keep your head down this year. And maybe next year we can revisit this conversation. Keep my head down? Well, okay then. Cue the MC. I did keep my head down. Into job boards. I put my head down into job interviews. When opportunities to volunteer my time at work to help with extra things. Instead of offering up my help, you best believe I kept my head down. Remember how I worked on this niche software? Turns out, it's so niche and hard to find experienced people that finding another better job wasn't hard at all. Put in my 2 weeks notice last week. Boss was dumbfounded. They are now panicking and asking me to do crash course knowledge transfer to others. As if I didn't already request this very thing multiple times to no avail for months. I think I'll just keep my head down instead for the remainder of my time. Boss's orders. Enjoy your 2 weeks and keep your head down. If they did not care, I would say effing and them. Companies only have loyalty to money. Money. And more money. There was a reason your predecessors took 40 hours doing the task with the software. It's because they know that the ones who work the hardest are the employees that get abused the most to the bare minimum to get paid and keep their job. I think you've figured out why your predecessors took 40 hours to do 3 hours worth of work. If you would be so kind, please keep us updated when you transition to your new job, and any follow-up you may be privy to after you leave your current company. I'm interested to find out what happens. Hey guys, welcome to my crash course knowledge transfer. The most important thing to know is that you won't be appreciated, recognized, or paid fairly for the work you are doing. But as soon as you figure the software out, you will be very employable elsewhere. We've got about 7.5 hours of training left. Shall we move to the bar? They are now panicking and asking me to do crash course knowledge transfer to others. I'm sorry, boss, but I'm going to have limited availability for the next 2 weeks as I take vacation days. I love the surprised Pikachu face the boss pulls when you turn in your notice. Then all of a sudden they are willing to do anything to keep you. My last job said they'd match my new salary. Nope. Not interested. My immediate supervisor was awesome. He still calls me about stuff I worked on. My salary is up 40% from when I left 2 years ago. The problem is now I make too much and finding a better paying job is taking a while. Patience is key. I've been in a similar position and still found no loyalty from corporate. They're like the Hotel California, programmed to receive. You're like a unicorn for them and they treat you like a donkey. Do not help them one bit, even out of pity. With luck they'll suffer some revenue losses, say, in the region of $20 million. This is enraging. I think you have COVID next week. Please call in sick so you don't spread it all over. And don't tell boss where that new job is, if you haven't already. Don't do a job you won't get paid for, and you don't have it in writing that you will get compensated for it. Some companies literally live on people like you. They just change them every couple of years. Remember now, hard work is its own reward. The corporate review process is not a critical evaluation of your intrinsic value to a company, a chance to go for a raise. It's a process designed to function precisely like a relationship with an abuser. Reduce your sense of self-worth, bully you into reducing undesired behaviors, then dangling the carrot of appreciation to increase desired behaviors. And it's amazingly effective. In at least 2 companies I've worked for, including my current one, I have been explicitly told that anything above a 3 on the scale of 5 is unachievable by non-executives. Let's break down why that might be. If you, the peon, are exceeding expectations, your middle manager boss ceases to have a valuable function within the corporate structure. Your company does not benefit from giving you additional dollars. What they do benefit from is forcing you to work more efficiently for less compensation. Think, adding tasks to the kid you're paying $5 to mow your lawn. Lawn gets mowed, gutters cleaned, etc. But he's just happy to have the $5. Make sure you get a clause into your contract that you get a percentage if you manage to increase earnings or savings as you've been left burned before. Your predecessor had it figured out. Now you know why your predecessors took 40 hours a week to do this very thing. Be less than eager to help them understand the software. Then later offer to moonlight the training at 10x your previous hourly rate. Send a note to your boss's boss. Let him know just how much losing you is going to cost them, how little you were asking, and exactly who caused it. After you leave, contact them and offer to come back as a contractor to train everyone at a pay rate much higher than what they are paying you now. I'd be coming on with a spicy, to quote my husband, yeah. Shame about that. I was hoping this would end with you getting another job. Your boss was incredibly stupid to risk undervaluing your work and losing you. Good luck in your new job. Leave and don't look back. Thumbs up.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.